to the Empire After Show on the stream.tv. I am your host, Jaleesa Lashay.
And I'm Melvin Jackson Jr., and this is the Empire After Show.
Yes, you notice we're missing Jabbar. We miss him, but he's going to be joining us live on Skype, so we'll be talking to him. Make sure you tune in, Empire After Show. Tell your friends, hashtag Empire After Show. Join our Facebook group. Tweet with us. Just talk all about Empire and all that's been going on.
Exactly.
Last night's episode, we're going to talk
Crazy.
about it because it was amazing.
Yes.
So we can't wait. So let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
So, episode 4? Are we on 4 already?
Yeah. Wow.
We're on 4 already.
Wow.
It was my favorite episode. Let's just address that first. I feel like at some point I thought, okay, all right, Empire. But last night I fell in love with Empire again.
Yeah.
So thank you to the writers of this episode. But what were your thoughts on it, Melvin?
I loved it because it was just like, and now it prepares you for the next episode, which we have to wait for now. I'm like a couple weeks. I'm like, golly. But it was like you got to see Jamal, come out of his shell now. He's preparing to, do music again. He's doing some great songs. And then you got Nessa and Andre. It's like, really? This is going on. But when she was singing to him, I was kind of like, this is going to be interesting. And then Sean's character looked at her, Exhibit's character looked at him like, what the heck is going on?
Yeah, they got a lot going on. We're going to have to get into that, but let's not tell them too much. We got to say hello, go over to the Tri-State, to our co-host, Jabbar.
Wow.
Jabbar, how did you feel about last night's episode?
Hey, what's up, guys? Like you said, I'm back in New Jersey right now, but I love last night's episode. Like you said, Melvin, it prepared us for like what's coming next. I think the Andre and Lucius thing is like great because I always wanted them to connect, but I think Lucius always felt the way most of us felt like. Well, I didn't feel personally, but I feel like Lucius wasn't on Andre's side because he dated a white woman or married a white woman, and he had this bipolar disorder. So it was like kind of like I don't know, but it was a great episode. I loved it.
So let's talk about that for a second. Andre and Lucius, the episode opens up with just them together. They're going over to the studio to check out Nessa.
Right.
And it brings me back to season 1 of Empire when I feel like Andre was trying to win Lucius' love and support so he could take over the Empire. So I see a lot of that coming back. And you can definitely tell that they kind of were fascinated with Nessa.
Right. Yes, because, that's what he's saying. He wanted to sign her. He was like, let's make this happen. And then he's like, they went to the building. Just the atmosphere of the building is like, we're going to the hood. We want to go to his territory, make him feel comfortable.
That's right.
And it's just like, they pull up with a Bentley or something. It's like, it's crazy.
But did y'all know, so Nessa, I found out when I was just like looking up stuff for the episode, y'all would never guess Nessa was the little girl from Daddy's Little Girl.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
And she's one of the twins. That's crazy. Yeah, she's one of the... And they all, that's crazy. Their sister, yeah.
Yeah, but the 3 sisters, Jabbar said he did his research, so he trying to play us. All right, Jabbar, we glad you knew. But she looks so beautiful now. When you see her now and how she looks and how grown she
Which
is.
one was she?
She was the one in the middle.
You're right, yeah, wow. Yeah, she had long hair now. Wow.
That was crazy. Like, all right, Nessa, we see you all grown up, Daddy's little girl.
Yeah.
So there's so much to talk about with Andre and Lucius, back to kind of getting on point with them and just the bond that they're building. Wasn't feeling how Andre snitched on Jamal, though.
Nah. But it's just like that's what he was doing before in the sense of like it gets in Lucius, like his grace. He wants to be in his presence, so he feels like he can trust me. So he kind of snitched on him a little bit. But
I thought they were building that bond because of like they both going through the PTSD thing, and I wasn't feeling that at all. Jabbar, what's up with your boy Dre? Like what was that about? We want to know.
Andre always wanted his validation, always, and still to this day needs Lucius's like validation for, I don't know, he always been a daddy's little boy type thing. He grew up with him, Cookie wasn't in the picture, and he always wanted the empire. He's smart, he's brain smart. So I think Andre still want to please Lucius right now.
I mean, that's a good point. That's a fair point.
Right.
It's kind of, and we're at a point where I feel like Andre and Jamal are kind of doing that because you see a little bit of Jamal kind of stepping in and trying to please Lucius as well. But I mean, if Andre wanted to show his manhood in any way, he definitely showed it this episode by beating up Shine.
Took that suit off. He's like, I got this, Dad. I got this.
And I was, you know why I was so happy? Because when I saw Shine come in and, you know, was on his tough stuff, I'm like, Andre is a big dude.
Right.
There's no way he gonna let this grown man kind of just like treat him like a little boy. So I appreciated that. And I feel like the girls, we were kind of like, all right, Dre. Like, you know, so they had that moment where they beat him up together, which was crazy.
Yeah. And it was like, it showed that father and son bond again. It was like, I got your back. And he was like, wait a minute, you're not going to pull the gun. So he just hit him enough with the bat. It was like, okay, put that gun down. Now y'all going to continue to fight fair. And he made him sign that contract, though.
So you make him sign a contract. Then you sleep with his little sister. You sleep with his little sister with your wife, your dead wife,
right.
with her ghost, with her spirit, which was so weird, by the way.
I was
Fox.
like, what? I was
that
like,
was so weird. It's like Ghost Rider's getting real freaky. Jabbar, like, come on, what was that about?
You know, I guess Rhonda, I mean, I know she still get her check from Fox, and she's like, look, I'm still going to be here every episode, Andre. So, like, it was, to me, I was just like, what is going on?
It was real freaky, but I was excited for Nessa. I'm like, go ahead,
I think Rhonda's gonna come back. There's no funeral. She's gonna come back.
No, Rhonda's not coming back. But that was like intense. I think we haven't really seen a sex scene with Dre in a long time.
Right.
Like I feel like in the beginning we used to see that, but we didn't see it so much. So they're giving Andre's character a little bit more sex appeal. Right. You know, getting him attention for the ladies. Right. And I think, you know, love interest was definitely a theme this episode, especially with Cookie and Angelo. Yeah. Come on, Cookie. I'm liking this.
And he's sitting back and talking to Jamal like, hey, listen, trying to figure out ways to, you know, to please his
mom.
They
had their little bonding moment. Yeah. And I was like, wait, we haven't seen Taye Diggs not in a suit yet. Like, that's real. Like, he's been in a suit for every episode. So it's going to be cool to see how he is. But I mean, they had that whole scene. He takes Cookie to somewhere where he's more familiar, takes her to this opera show, and made her, he didn't make her feel uncomfortable, but you could clearly tell.
She was out of place.
She felt out of place. And it's interesting, though, to see the other woman feel threatened by her. But I love how Cookie can just be herself. Scene,
I was like, wow. I thought she was going to really, like, beat some stuff. Until I was like, yo, she about to go buck wild on them. But I like the way she handled it, though. They were still scared, though. It was like, wow, what she about to do?
She kept it classy. Go ahead, Cookie. Keep it classy. Don't be having them going crazy. But it's so much to talk about. Let's get into this music, jump into the music of Empire, which was interesting.
Yes, you had Nessa singing a song, and, you know, she was singing to Dre. And I was like, man, like, her voice was so amazing. So it was like he got captivated by it. And now they're bidding on $2.5 million. Like, wow, she ain't even dropped a single or nothing yet, you know. And it's like, now everybody wants her. And it was just amazing just to see how they got what they wanted at the end. But then it's like also the whole Tiana thing, how Cookie intertwined the whole opera. And I was like, okay. She's like, I love myself, the song.
Those songs, I mean, the music was just interesting. So we had Nessa, her song was titled Woke. And I feel like that's been a theme throughout Empire this season. They're just touching on the whole woke and I guess trying to bring awareness to the Black community. Jabbar, I know you caught that. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
You know, I've been saying this woke thing since the first show we did. I've been saying they're so consciously woke and everything. And I'm so glad that song was fire. I love that song. Like, I love that. But like I said, I'm so glad with Fox. They're like not even it just wasn't one episode. It was multiple episodes, and they're still going and still pushing that agenda forward. So I'm happy with Fox right now.
Yeah, and then also in the flashback scene with Lucius and with Cookie, they actually brought in a little bit of old school hip hop.
Right,
so they had Lucius rapping, that kind of like old school, early 70s hip hop just gets introduced, Grandmaster Flash, like that type of vibe. Which you know, because
it took us back. It took me back. I was like, man. Then I was like, yeah. I remember those just being the little spot, had everybody circled around, like, yeah, say your line, say your rap.
Oh, it took you back because Jabbar and I are young. Melvin telling his age right now because I was not born. But yeah, it had that old school. Like, it reminded me of the Netflix show To Get Down, which if you guys haven't seen, you should check it out because it's dope too. But it kind of had that vibe.
Right.
Lucius still ain't had no bars when he was younger, so I'm glad they kept it authentic to
Right.
him. So that was dope to kind of get that old school hip hop.
And how about, speaking of that situation where the father actually wanted her to be with the boy who had some things going for
That
himself.
reminds her of Angelo.
Right.
That was interesting because when I thought about the past episodes, I don't think Cookie has really talked about her father like that to what I can remember. So it was cool to kind of see that image. I feel like this season we're gonna learn more about who they are and how they became who they are.
Right, because even her mother, like, we don't know anything about her mother.
Yeah, they don't talk much about it.
I mean, hopefully they'll get into that thing. You know, what happened to her father? It's like, is he dead? Like, what happened? So those be interesting things to figure out when the next episodes, what they're gonna do with that.
Yeah, but I love the music, the introduction of opera, which I loved because Black people, Black culture is so multifaceted. Like, it's not just specific to hip hop. It's not just specific to R&B music.
Right.
So I love how they gave us kind of that opera and introduced Lauren Michelle.
Yeah.
I mean, when I saw they were going to an opera show, I'm like, okay, whatever. But then when I saw this Black woman singing opera, you don't really get to see too much of that.
Yeah, exactly.
So shout out her name, the opera singer who was on last night's show is Lauren Michelle. She's really dope. I had the chance to look into some things with her. And I mean, clearly, so Jussie Smollett, his brother tweeted, he said, wow, kill it, the dope soprano. That's Lauren Michelle's Twitter handle. Jussie Smollett, you done kid. You done good, kid, from high school sweethearts to the Empire. So clearly they went to high school or they have some type of history.
Right.
So he probably put her on for the Empire show. But I mean, just an amazing voice. She did beautifully. And I just love the song because it was so much about women empowerment. Jabbar, what did you think about the opera? That was so dope.
I always appreciated opera. I went to one of my aunt's long best friend back in the day. He sings opera. He travels all over the world. So when I heard him sing that, I always got into opera. So I was so glad when I saw that. And then Cookie just had her mind on it like a spin and said, I'm going to turn this into something where, you know, people who don't know about opera can like actually hear it and put it into like an R&B pop song so other people can hear it. So I love that. I love that part.
Yeah, and then so, you know, Lauren was tweeting about the show last night too. We'll show you guys, keep you updated with all what the cast is talking about on Empire. She tweeted about it, but I mean, Tiana's song,
Right.
you know, I was just like...
Did she have like a bodysuit on too in that?
She was fly, but then the song, the words, ladies, if you didn't listen to it, but it's like, you know, it's basically just no one can love me like me.
Right.
And I love how she took the concept of a diss track against Hakeem and made it just like, listen, I'm not worried about you.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about Romeo. Like, no one can love me like me.
Right.
And when I was looking, I was reading an article, I think Entertainment Tonight reported that Tiana actually wrote the song, Soraya, I think that's how you say her name.
Yeah.
She wrote the song and she was inspired by Beyonce.
Yes.
So I love it. Like, we have this year, we have, you know, Beyonce giving us lemonade, Solange giving us a seat at the table. I'm just loving all this women empowerment. Take a moment for us to be us. So, you know, shout out to Tiana. That was a dope song. And it was away from her, like, sexy, shake my ass music. Like, it was more entertaining. So I thought that was dope.
I commend it. Ladies rule the world, man.
we rule the world. You know that, right, Jabbar? We run the world. We run the world. But let's get into this fashion, Jabbar. Like, let's get into this. Let's talk about Cookie has been so fly.
So fly.
So fly
Her
this
closet
season.
was crazy, right?
She's been so fly. Like, I'm loving Taraji this season. So let's get into some of this fashion.
And that's why I was so mad about that red dress going to that fundraiser. Out of all the things that's in her closet, she picked that red dress.
Yeah, the red dress was definitely a lot. But what I loved is the green shirt she had on with the details on those shoulders. I mean, it was so hard to find a picture of it, but Empire tweeted this funny message for, like, when there's too many commercials and showing us a little bit of Cookie attitude. But look at the details in that shirt. It's so fly and just Cookie because it's patterned, but it's not too much. Like, that's something I would wear. So I love that. I feel like her fashion this season is more relatable because in the earlier seasons, they had her wearing stuff that it was just like, all right, that's clearly costuming. But this is something that, you know, I would definitely want to wear.
Yeah, that's some good stuff, man. I was like, man, when they gonna show the guys? The guys don't even get dressed up like she do. She got go in there and it's like a fashion show. It's crazy.
Cookie be too fly. Jabbar, I'm sure you. What design is she wearing this season? You said Gucci. What's she wearing this season?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's wearing a lot of Gucci right now. A lot. And she, with this, you saw that sheer dress she had on, that crystal thing, when she was at, I believe it's Michael Costello. I could not get my hands on that one, but I think she's wearing Michael Costello this season. But, you know, a lot of Gucci sponsoring them for sure. And then she also had that jumpsuit on.
Yes.
Remember that jumpsuit she had on? Yeah, that metallic jumpsuit. That was by Name. The name is Naeem Khan. Name Khan. And yeah, I think that was fly as well. We also had her in that Moschino dress. Remember that Moschino dress with like the spike at the bottom?
Mm-hmm.
Colorful dress. Yeah, they had that one, and that cost you $15.95 if you want to buy it yourself. If you have that change right there.
Oh, $15.95, like $1,500.
Right,
$1,500.
Yes,
Not $15.95,
yes.
ladies. $1,500.
Oh, no. And then we also had Hakeem. Hakeem was dope and fly always. He's always fly. And he had his Dolce & Gabbana shirt on. I love that. And that cost you $318. Not too bad.
Yeah, the Moschino, that dress was fly. That colorful dress, that was the dress that I was hoping she would wear on the date. When, you know, she was like doing a little dance.
Right.
That dress was sexy. I really liked like the different colors and stuff. So Cookie, we're definitely feeling your swag this season. And Hakeem, they definitely hook him up.
Yeah.
I think out of the men, like clearly, and his swag seems to be a little bit more modern.
Right.
Like sometimes with Lucius, I'm like, all right, Lucius.
Them suits, man. I need to get in his closet. Them suits is nice that he wears.
But his hair, I'm still not over the hair. No, hair, your fly, your fashion is everything. I'm not feeling the hair, Lucius. I'm not feeling it this season. Like, but let us know what y'all think. Make sure you join the conversation on Twitter. We're always live tweeting #Empire Aftershow. Also join our Facebook group. And feel free to comment under our videos. We really want to make this a group discussion and talk about the show that we love. And I mean, we have a couple of weeks to just talk about it because they're making us go on hiatus for this World Series.
Yeah, the World Series.
So join the conversation. And I'm not watching any World Series because baseball is boring. I'm not watching any of it. But let's get into we're getting into some of these Twitter shout-outs. Time is flying by, but let's check out some of these tweets because, you know, everybody's always on one.
Right.
Every week I always look forward to seeing, like, what people are saying, what you guys are saying, because between the gifts and the memes.
Yeah, the gifts is the best one. They
and
like,
what people
the way
say, and even the Empire Writers, if y'all don't follow, I know a lot of people follow Empire Fox, but the Empire Writers Twitter account is actually really, really funny. But we had a couple of tweets that talk about some of, like, the key moments from last night. I think one big one was the flashback. So we had the Real Golden Bee tweeted, "Laugh out loud, Cookie at the Real Taraji told for Lucius, aka Lucius, at Terrence Howard to stop dibbling and dabbling." And then Taraji tweeted, "Cookie had a thing for them bad boys. #Empire Wednesday, Empire Lucius." We didn't even talk about that. How young Lucius gonna beat up the...
I know.
That
I
was
like,
whack.
wow. I thought, good thing he didn't kill him, though. I thought he was going to...
We don't know. They didn't show us what happened to him. That was so, like, it was nothing nice about that, nothing cute about that. Like, that was so whack. And I'm like, okay, he came up in your spot looking for his girl, but you didn't have to do all that. Like,
but the dude, he came into this guy's territory. Like, you didn't come no backup. No, come on, dude. You smart. You smarter than that. And he just like walked out and he was like, hey man, boom.
I would not be scared of Lucius. I'll be sure looking behind. Jabbar, come on, whose side you on? Like, who was wrong in this?
Lucius was definitely wrong, and he's still the same way to this day. He has not changed. He killed Bunky first season. Remember that? And he would never change. He's at the wrong. He's
I like
always
the young
been
Lucius,
wrong.
though. He got a swag.
Remember his dad called him Lucifer Lion.
He did. He's like, I don't want you hanging out with that Lucifer or whatever. Why parents always messing up names? Oh, you know what I was cracking up in the car when she goes, first thing young Cookie said when she got in the car was, I defrosted the chicken. And I'm like, why black parents always making you defrost? They meet. Like, I know you had to do that. I remember clearly my mom going, can you take out the chicken?
Yeah.
Like, why you ain't take
Because I'll do
out
it to
the
my son
chicken?
now. I'm like, hey, can you take the meat out the freezer?
Why? Like, why? So I thought that was so funny. That was so authentic. Like, that was such an authentic
Right.
moment to Black culture because parents, y'all know y'all do that. Stop telling us, take it out the night before. Learn how to meal prep. Don't be making your kids take out the chicken. So another topic, of course, was like Cookie and Angelo. So we
Right.
got some tweets about that. Like, people are liking this. People
Yeah.
like when Cookie gets a new boo.
Yeah.
Like, we
You know, Tay
appreciate.
Diggs smooth. You know, he's like Morris Chestnut and all those guys. They all smooth.
See,
so.
I think Tay Diggs is lame, and I think they're making Angelo Tay Diggs, and I'm like, he's such a Tay Diggs character. But it's like, all right, whatever. Like, I'll deal with him. But people were tweeting about that. I think the tweet that we're gonna show is something that I said, where who tweet? I think Empire Fox retweeted me. I was on a roll last night, y'all. All my live tweets. If you weren't joining the conversation on Twitter, #Empire Aftershow, you were missing out because I was on a roll last night. But anyways, Empire retweeted because I said in reference to the bathroom scene, like, Cookie should have let them have it, but I respect the class, girl. I respect it. And then I had the Steve Harvey, the gift, the clapping hands. Because, you know, I appreciate, I think, all the women watching it, we knew how Cookie felt in that moment.
Yeah.
We was like, just smack him. But then when she did it, she just had so much class about
They
it.
were scared. There was. I think the fact that they thought she was gonna do something it made more of a bigger impact than if she actually did. Because it was like, I'm just washing my hands.
Exactly, and they was all shook. Jabbar, right? They was all shook. They ain't ready for Cookie.
They came out that bathroom shook. I was scared when I thought she was about to punch the girls in the face when she threw that water in the face. Everyone hates when somebody throws water in the face if it's playing or not. So I knew when Cookie did that, I thought she was about to like claw those girls' eyes out.
Like a young Cookie would. And then, so a lot of people were talking about that scene because we were so proud of Cookie for keeping it classy. Another topic was, I don't know what it was about last night's episode. I'm guilty too. But the Lyons brothers were looking real good last night. I'm going to say.
Fall back on this one.
I'm going to talk to the ladies because I know Melvin not in on this one. But I mean, even like Jamal and Andre, but Hakeem, I'm just saying. And all, you know, Hakeem was looking good. So I tweeted, and Hakeem retweeted me, so you know it's true. I put, Hakeem been looking real fine this season. And put the little gif of from SNL, and he retweeted it, and I had all these young girls in my notifications.
She's trying to get single. She's trying to get her. She trying to break up. You might have called the breakup with you and your boyfriend.
No. Not even like that. Like, Hakeem, no. But he, like, I just feel... Not to make it like, oh, he just looked fine. But I just feel this season they're making him more of a man. Like, they have him the way he's carrying himself, even the way he dresses. Like, I don't know. It's something about probably the way he's maturing. And probably, honestly, the way he's maturing in real life. Because he's growing up with this show since he started doing it so young. This is his first role. So shout out to him. But, like, he's just been looking good. And other people seem to agree because we got some other tweets where the ladies, where y'all were agreeing with what I was saying. So... I'm just saying. But Jabbar, like, don't you think that, like, Hakeem has just been growing up and maturing this season or
I've
just
been
as we
saying
go?
This. Yes, and I had this conversation with my parents last night. I was saying to myself, how old are the Lyon brothers apart from each other? And I was saying how Hakeem, before, the first season of Empire, he was underneath 21. And I want to know how much time has it been to now? Like, how old is he? So I'm trying to figure out what the brothers' ages are. Where are they?
That's a good point. I don't think... It's probably something that we could look up, but that's a good point. They never really talk about it. I mean, we clearly know the order, but we don't know how far apart they are. I mean, I would think that Andre's probably, like, early 30s. Jamal's probably pushing up to 30s, like late 20s. And then I think there's probably a gap between him and Hakeem. I think Hakeem is, like, the younger... The baby brother.
But it was crazy as he was saying that. I had a flashback of the first season of the episode when they were on the yacht, and you remember that when he was playing the piano and the music. It was just like that was like the greatest way to start the show, and it's like here we are now, season 3, and it's just like wow, we've been down since day one. It's amazing.
And who could forget the classic drip drop?
Yeah, drip.
Who can forget the classic drip drop? Like, that is like a different Hakeem than what we see today. We love drip drop, but that's just a different Hakeem. So I'm just so glad of the way that he's matured, and I think a lot of other young women are noticing that. And of course, another big topic last night was Tiana's song, which we were just talking about, but people were tweeting kind of about how much they love the song and the
song.
lyrics, and women were tweeting about that because it's so empowering, and it's just what women need right now. So I think it was great to see that. And again, I tweeted again because I've been on the road, but we have Miss XO Chantel. She tweeted Soraya was putting in so much work tonight on Empire Fox. Nobody loves me better than me. That's just beautiful. I just love it. I love to see them encouraging that, especially because a lot of young women are looking up to these shows and these actresses, and I think Tiana's very sexy, but it's something in having her step in this moment to say nobody loves me better than me. So we love that, Tiana. Shout out to you. And then I also tweeted again. I'm just throwing in my tweets, but y'all will see I put the little Solange and Beyonce, the dancing gif, because I just feel they share that moment. Like, y'all hear these words? Come on, Tiana. Come on.
Tiana is very mature this season. I feel like she's very on her, like, Beyonce thing. Remember when she said that she didn't want to, like, talk about these boys fighting over her? She just wanted to put it into her music. I think she's really mature and just, like, on her own, apart from them.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a fair assessment, and it's nice to watch her grow as well. Like Tiana and Hakeem are both growing, and they're clearly growing apart. But either way, they're both growing. And of course, just the only other thing that had everybody going crazy was the Andre and Rhonda, Ghost Rhonda.
Oh, that was
does that qualify as a threesome?
It was weird. It was like you
because she's a ghost. Like, does it qualify? We need to know. We need to have that appear right here. Like, does it qualify as a threesome? Vote A for yes, B for no. We need a poll.
But it was so funny. Like most guys be like, oh yeah, but then it's like, but she's dead. Like it was kind of like you really was like those moments where it's like
it wasn't sexy at all. Like it was really weird and awkward. And then I just kept thinking because I just can't help but to think. I'm like, damn, Andre's married in real life to Anika though. Like this is just,
she went in the episode.
This is just all over the place. But it was funny because the woman who plays Rhonda, what's her name? Caitlin. Caitlin is her name. Yeah. She was tweeting last night with a couple of people, so we're gonna show some of those tweets because it was pretty funny because people were like making little slick comments, and she was saying something about Bobby Brown. She was fun at them, like, oh, you wish that I was in your bed with you. But Jabbar, does that qualify? Did they have a threesome last night?
No, this sure didn't. I mean, Andre didn't fornicate with Rhonda, did she? Did he?
I think it doesn't qualify because Rhonda and Nessa didn't do nothing. Like it was just. Now if Nessa turned and started kissing Ghost Rhonda and Empire Fox, that would have been too much for cable TV. That would have been too much, but that probably would have qualified for it. I don't know, but let us know what y'all think if it qualifies. Are we gonna see more?
But is that too much? When she used to do the bib thing, you remember she used to put the bib on, so it's
true.
I don't know.
Is she gonna join the bedroom every time? Like, is this gonna become she has to be there? Do you tell Ghost Rhonda no? I just have so many questions about the logistics about being in an intimate relationship with a ghost. But I mean, she kind of did give him the go ahead, which I felt so terrible because when Nessa gave Andre the look and Andre was like, I can't. I was like, yes, you can, Andre. And I felt terrible because I'm like, it's your dead wife. Like he just lost his wife. So I felt terrible, but I had to take a moment. But let us know what y'all think. Tweet us, write us on Facebook, YouTube. Text us if you have our number. But let us know what you think. I can't believe we're already at time. So it's been so great kicking it with you all.
Tweets?
No, we showed everything already.
Oh, okay.
We showed everything. So we have a couple of weeks hiatus. So sorry about that. But you can continue the conversation on Facebook and on Twitter with us, Melvin Jackson Jr.
Jaleesa.
And Jabbar Lewis. Thank you everyone. You guys have a wonderful evening.
Yes, Empire Aftershow.
Yay.
Thank you.
It flew by today.